Host Rob. This video, we're going to do a little bit of Godzilla 2014 discussion. This is just going to be general. There's no particular topic, but it's just a couple of things I want to cover in this video. So, see you in a few. Row. Row. Alright guys, welcome back. I hope you liked that little addition to the intro. I probably won't be doing that all the time, but I figured I'd catch you guys by surprise, maybe get a laugh out of somebody. But this video, I've been watching the comments for the last couple of days on the last few videos I've done. And, I get the idea that there's a lot of passionate people about, a lot of passion there about Godzilla, and people obviously have their very strong opinions and things like that. Some people were getting a little bit wordy with each other, and I would hope that you guys, try to tone that down. I mean, I can't make you stop. If that's how you're going to talk to each other, that's fine. But I would hope that you guys can at least give each other a little bit of respect. Try not to curse at each other and call each other names. You got to remember, we're all fans. It doesn't matter which generation we come from. We're all fans. We're all very excited. We're also all very frustrated. Obviously, there's some people who feel the marketing has been crap. There's some people who feel the marketing hasn't hit its stride yet. And there's some people who feel a little bit of both. The only thing I can say about the marketing thing is this. I would have taken some different approaches if I was Warner Brothers, but sometimes silence is golden. Silence is golden. We still have about 3.5 months left before this movie comes out. I was a little disappointed because when December hit and the trailer came out, I felt they hit the ground running going into the new year. And then after about a week or two into the new year, they got a little bit cold. And I think that's going to be coming to an end soon. We don't know anything about the Super Bowl. We do know that, according to many different sites and sources, that they traditionally do not do Super Bowl marketing, and B, they were not listed on the Super Bowl list of, I guess, advertisers who bought space for the Super Bowl commercials and stuff like that. Now, there's some people out there who believe that it was a smart move because there's no evidence that shows that Super Bowl marketing helps you. And that's true. There's no evidence. I don't think you could actually do that kind of demographic when you take into account the number of people who watch, the number of money you would have to invest just to get an idea of how many people actually respond to the marketing. However, that's not really the point. The point of advertising on the Super Bowl is because, let's face it, people, the football game in and of itself takes a back seat to everything else. It really does. That's why you have so many viewers. The people who are the hardcore football fans would be the same people who watch football every Sunday. What you get during the Super Bowl is first of all, you get a lot of women who love to watch the halftime show because usually it's somebody they like. This year it's Bruno Mars. A couple of years ago, I remember a couple of years back, actually, quite some time back, you had, the whole Janet Jackson incident with Justin Timberlake and stuff like that. So there's always a big event that attracts a broad crowd. So investors and advertisers think this is a prime real estate to showcase what they want people to look at in terms of advertising, whether it's a product, whether it's anything. So to sit there and say 100% that a movie spot or commercial in front of the during the Super Bowl is not effective or it doesn't play a role is, with all due respect, completely absurd. It's absurd. There's no way. While there's no demographic to prove that it does, there's no way that you could prove otherwise. There's no way that you could prove either or. So investors feel it's worth the chance. Now, would I invest as much money in the Super Bowl to spot a Godzilla movie? When you consider most people know who Godzilla is, even the general public, and when you consider the fan base that is hardcore, I think it would have been a good idea. I think it would have been a good idea to show the general people who think Godzilla as cheesy, to show them that this is going to be a little bit different because you might pique their interest. So I think I can understand why they didn't invest the money. It is a lot of money, but I don't think it would have hurt them to do it. So in terms of all the other marketing, when you didn't really think about it, we're kind of marketing the movie for them. I mean, when you think about how much I do these videos, how much people come here to watch, or you go to a website or talk about it in the forums, whatever the case may be, whether all the news is bullshit or not, they're getting their marketing through us. So why would they invest any money? While we're complaining about the marketing, actually what we're doing is helping the movie quite a bit. You know, there's some people out there, especially some elitist fans, and I'm going to get into that in a second, who think that as much as we talk about it, as much as we complain this and that, we should, oh, just wait for the movie, blah, blah, blah. That's not how it works, okay? So I think in terms of the marketing, it's going to be the way it is right now, and it's going to build up. I think, you know, I felt that they would hit the ground running once December hit. They did. I thought they would save that steam a little bit, and I think it would have been good for them to at least spot something. Like you had that whole Mutos research.net. I think it would have been nice to keep that going, and every time somebody unlocks something, maybe they unlock a picture that hasn't been released. And you know, they don't have to do that every day. They can do that like once every 2 weeks. That's like 2 pictures a month. I think that would have been wise. That would have definitely have kept some of the momentum going, but it hasn't. So, you know, we got to take that for what it is. Now, in terms of the fan thing, and this is another issue that, well, this is another thing that has been an issue for quite some time. I really haven't addressed it, but I'm going to now because I see it's more and more prevalent as we get closer. In terms of the elitist fans, and these are the fans I'm talking about who feel that either A, because they know everything there is to know about Godzilla, that they're better than everybody else. B, fans who think that people like me or people like you who like to discuss this and express our feelings, be it good or bad, think that we're giving them a bad name. These are the kinds of fans I'm talking about. In terms of giving other fans a bad name, how? How? I mean, does somebody walk down the street and say, you know what, you're associated with that fan that bitches on YouTube all the time, I can't talk to you? Is that how this works? I mean, let's be real. If you go up to somebody, if you go to somebody and just talk about Godzilla, 9 times out of 10, they're going to look at you like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, Godzilla is very prevalent on the internet. I can bet you $100 you go to any local mall and the chances of finding anybody talking about Godzilla is slim to none. So for those fans out there who think that, you know, people like my subscribers here, some people on Facebook, or people in general who have been talking a storm about this movie are giving you a bad name, go fuck yourself. How's that? How about that? That's a good one. Go fuck yourself. Get off your high horse. It doesn't work that way. You're not going to get a medal because you think you know more. You're not going to get a medal because, you know, nobody gives a shit about you. How's that? There's your elitist status right there. Nobody gives 2 shits about what you think. So let's just get that out the way right now. So, you know, for those elitist fans out there who think that their shit doesn't stink, believe me, it stinks pretty badly. And you know, I respect the fact that you're just as big a G fan as anyone else. I respect the fact that you have a lot of passion, but let's not get it twisted. You ain't shit, just like all of us. You ain't. There's nothing more special about you than anyone else. So, and you know, that's that. And you know, anybody who has to deal with elitist fans, just ignore them. Those are usually the people who, you know, don't get laid or, you know, wear glasses this thick and that kind of shit. It's easy to talk game, you know, behind a keyboard. You know, I would love to see half these people come on and get in front of a camera and talk your shit and see what happens. Or just maybe get into somebody's face. I mean, it's very easy. It is easy to talk behind a keyboard. Take it from a guy from the Bronx, okay? Who's grown up and I've gotten into my share of fights and my share of trouble. Talking behind a keyboard, don't mean shit. So take that somewhere else. So anyway, guys, the last thing I want to touch upon is, bottom line is this. This movie is going to be very good. I'm not saying trust in Warner Brothers, but I'm not saying don't trust in them. I think this movie is going to be very good because I think we're going to get something very different than what we've gotten in a long time. I think we're going to get a movie that is going to give us a scenario where for the human race and for people, there's no win. And when you bring that kind of conflict into a movie, that tends to get a crowd very much involved. I love movies where there's not necessarily a happy ending. And I think this movie's going to have that. And I'm not saying that the ending has to be sad or has to be like gut-wrenching, but not every movie has to have it. I tend to love movies that don't have a happy ending. For example, like here's a movie that has a good example. Not a lot of people don't like this movie, but I like the ending. Knowing. Knowing is a prime example of a movie with not a happy ending. I mean, yes, and spoilers, just so you know, if you haven't seen Knowing, you're about to get spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Sure, at the end of the movie, the 2 kids end up being taken to a safe planet. But look what happens to Earth. That's not exactly a very good feeling. I mean, yeah, all right, take my kids, I'll go and die, thanks. It's not a happy ending. So there's a lot of movies that don't have happy endings and that are very, very good. And when I say happy ending, I don't mean that everybody dies and stuff like that. There's maybe a hint of happiness. I think this movie, the reason Warner Brothers is doing what they're doing, I think they feel they have something special. They probably saw this movie already. The people who make all the decisions say, you know what, this movie is going to speak for itself. That's my opinion. I'm not saying that's fact. I'm not claiming I have any source or respect. I'm not one of those guys. I don't have sources. I don't call up Warner Brothers and claim to talk to them like a lot of other people on the internet. This is just my idea. This is just my own idea. I think they have a good movie in their hands. They know they have a good movie, and they want to let it speak for itself. And you want to know something? From a business standpoint, if they feel that confident and they turn out to be right, guess how much money they just saved in marketing on top of all the revenue they're going to make on top of the movie. So let's let it play by ear. I'm not 100% satisfied with the way they've been marketing the movie, but I can't necessarily disagree with them because at the end of the day, we're doing all the work for them. So they're saving tons of money, and from a business standpoint, that's brilliant. So anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Like I said, just general talk. I wanted to just get into some of the stuff that we've been discussing, handle the elitist group that think that because I don't even want to get into that again. I'll make a whole other video for the elitist one day because there's some other groups of elitist fans I want to talk about. I kind of want to group them all together into one big pot, stir it up, and just shoot my mouth off and let them have it. So, and that'll include Godzilla fans and some Game of Thrones fans and stuff like that. You know, the elitist book readers for the Game of Thrones, the elitist Godzilla fans from 1800 years ago. So that'll be another video. Maybe I'll do that this week. Yeah, we'll cover. I think it's time to shit on somebody. So maybe I'll make a new series called Shit on the Elite. So, all right, guys, that's it for this video. Take it easy. I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. I'm your host, Rob. This video, we're going to do a little bit of Godzilla 2014 discussion. This is just going to be general. There's no particular topic, but just a couple of things I want to cover in this video. So, see you in a few. Row. Row. Alright guys, welcome back. I hope you liked that little addition to the intro. I probably won't be doing that all the time, but I figured I'd catch you guys by surprise. Maybe you got a laugh out of somebody. But this video, you know, I've been watching the comments for the last couple of days on the last few videos I've done. And, you know, I get the idea that there's a lot of passionate people about, you know, a lot of passion there about Godzilla, and people obviously have their very strong opinions and things like that. Some people were getting a little bit wordy with each other, and I would hope that you guys, you know, try to tone that down. I mean, I can't make you stop. If that's how you're going to talk to each other, that's fine. But I would hope that you guys can at least give each other a little bit of respect. Try not to cuss at each other and call each other names. We're all, you got to remember, we're all fans. You know, it doesn't matter which generation we come from. We're all fans. We're all very excited. We're also all very frustrated. Obviously, there's some people who feel the marketing has been crap. There's some people who feel the marketing hasn't hit its stride yet. And there's some people who feel a little bit of both. You know, the only thing I can say about the marketing thing is this. I would have taken some different approaches if I was Warner Brothers.